Hello students, today we will see the next concept is the design model. In software design is the process of defining software methods, then software functions, objects and the overall structures and their interactions of the code so that the resulting functionalities will satisfy the user requirements. Here the design model can be viewed in two different dimensions as illustrated in this figure. The process dimension indicates the evolution of the design model as design tasks are executed as the part of the software process. The abstract dimension represent the level of each element's analysis model is transformed into the design equivalent and then refined iteratively. Referring this figure, the dash line this is the dash line indicates the boundary between the analysis and design models, and in some cases clear distinctions between the analysis and design model is possible. In other case the analysis model slowly blends into the design and a clear distinctions is less obvious. The elements of the design models use many of the same UML diagrams that were used in the analysis model. The difference is that these diagrams are refined and elaborated as the part of design, but more implementations specific details is provided, and architecture designs and their styles, components that reside within the architectures and interface between the components and with the outside world all are the emphasized. We should note, however, the model's elements indicated along with a horizontal axis are not always developed in a sequential fashion. In number of cases, preliminary architecture's design set the stage and it is followed by interface design, then component level design, which often occur in the parallel. The deployment model is usually delayed until the design has been fully developed. We can apply design patterns at any point during the design. These patterns enable you to apply design knowledge to domain specific problems that have been encountered and solved by the others. See, this is the figure. Here this is the analysis model and design model. It is level is high and this level is low. Then here process dimension, this is the architecture's elements, then interface elements, then component level elements and deployment level elements. Then the design models can be viewed in two different dimensions. We have already seen in the diagrams. One of the horizontal, the process dimension, it indicates the evaluation of the parts of design model as each design task is executed, and the second is vertically, this is the abstraction dimension. It represents the level of details as each elements of the analysis model is transformed into the design model and then iteratively refined. The elements of design model use many of the same UML diagram that were used in the analysis model. The difference is that these diagrams are first is refined and elaborated as the part of design. Then second is more implemented, specific detail is provided. Then architectural structures and style components that reside within the architectures. And last is interfaces between the components and with the outside world are the emphasized. Then data design elements. The data design, sometimes it is also referred as the data architecting. Then it creates a model of the data or information that is represented at a high level of abstractions. That means the customer or user's view of the data. This data model is then referred into the progressively more implementative and specific representations that can be processed by the computer based system. In number of software application, the architectures of data will have a profound influence on the architectures of the software that must process it. The structures of the data has always been important part of the software design. Program components level, first is the at the program component level, design of the data structures and the associated algorithm required to manipulate them is essential to the creation of the high quality application. And the second is the application level, the translation of the data model into the database is pivoted to achieving the business objective of the system. And the third level is business level, the collection of the information stored in the disparate databases. Then second is architectural design element. The architectural design element provide us the overall view of the system. The architectural design elements is generally represented as the set of interconnected subsystem that are derived from analysis package in the requirement model. The architectural design for the software is the equivalent to the floral plan of the house. The floral plan depicts the overall layout of the rooms, their size, shape, relationship to one another, and the door windows that allows to movement into and out of the rooms. For example, the floor plan gives us an overall view of the house. Then architecture's design elements give us the overall view of the software. Thus, the architecture's model is derived from following sources. Then first is the information about the application domain to build the software, then requirements model elements like the data flow diagram, then analysis classes, relationship, collaboration between them, then the architecture styles and patterns as per the availability. Then interface design element. The interface design elements for software represent the information flow within it and out of the system. They communicate between the components defined as a part of the architectures. The interface design for the software is analogous to a set of detailed drawing for the doors, windows, and external utilities of the house. In essence, the detailed drawing, that means specification for the doors, windows, external utilities, tell us how things and information flow into and out of the house and within the rooms that are part of the floor plan. The interface design elements for the software depict information flow into and out of the system and how it is communicated among the components defined as the part of the architectures. Then here also following are the important elements of the interface design, the user interface, then external interface to other system, network, etc. Then third is the internal interface between various components. About the interface design elements allows the software to communicate externally and enable internal communications and collaboration among the components that populate the software architectures. Then UI designing, increasingly called as the usability design, is the major software engineering actions. That means usability design incorporate some elements, their layout, color, graphics, etc. Then it also ergonomic elements, then technical elements, etc. The general UI is the unique subsystem which is the overall applications of the architectures. Then the design of the external interfaces requires some definitive information about the entity to which information is sent and which information is received. In every case, this information should be collected during requirements engineering and verified. Once the interface design it commences, then the design of the external interfaces should be incorporate like error checking, appropriate security features, etc. The design of the internal interfaces is closely aligned with component level design. Then design realization of the analysis classes represent all the operations and messaging scheme requires to enable the communications collaboration between operations in various classes. In the designing interfaces, each message must be designed to accommodate the requisite information transfer and the specific functional requirements of the operation that has been requested. In some cases, it is also possible that the interfaces is modeled in such a way in the class like UML And interface is defined in the following manner, like the interface is specific for the externally visible like public operations of the class, then components and other classifiers without the specification of internal structures. Then the interfaces having like the use of the control panel, like behavior associated with the some devices, and it also uses implemented operations. We can use like our, for example, safe home security functions. Makeup use the control panel that also allows homeowner to control the certain aspect of the security functions. In advance, the version of the system control panel functions may be implemented via a mobile platform, for example, a smartphone or tablet.